document, like what the some lab document I have prepared. So like for this, there is a iOS application signing procedure. This is little bit critical, but if you are interested in doing testing and all, you can try this. Like what happens is, you can use a tool called iOS App Signer on the MacBook, and that you need to install from this link given below. And then from this, you can use this and try this. Like I am check here, I have used a tool. Then I have taken the specific IPA that is to be re-signed, like the iGoat. iGoat is like a demo vulnerable application that you can use. Further, like I have in the Xcode, I have selected that, and then I have using that. And see here, my device is visible. That way, we can install on the iPhone. Further, if you don't have a MacBook, you can still try installing application using an iPhone box. So for iPhone box, you have this kind of URL, and then you can install from that, and then you can continue and install on the once the iPhone box is installed, then you can connect to your device. The device is shown over here, and then you can install the apps as shown from the browser and get it installed. See the app here in the next screenshot. This you can see the app being installed on the device. You need to connect this device to the system where you have installed this iPhone box. Yeah. Further static analysis of a IPA file. This is the Android application version. So for that, you need to have a MobSF tool. So that is a mobile security framework tool. You need to install this tool on your MacBook. So people, if you don't have MacBook, Dell also you don't need to worry. You can use Mob Elixir. There is a VM called Mob Elixir. Here you can set up. Here I have tried using Mob Elixir. So in Mob Elixir, you can go to the MobSF tool and start the server. The server will run on the local 8000 port, and after that, once the server is started, we can go ahead and after that the server is started, you can do that localhost 8000 on the browser, and you can select the specific IPA file you need to analyze, and then after uploading that file on the local server, MobSF server, you get the complete analysis of the file as shown. Further, yeah, you can check the complete vulnerabilities are visible using MobSF. Like next, you can check for the sensitive information in device logs. Like I was telling about the ADB logs in the Android. Similarly, there are logs being stored in the iPhone also. So if the developer has not disabled logs, that information in the application, and so information in the logs will be visible. And like some app user are using storing their CVV number and all, and it gets stored in the logs. So once it's get stored in the logs, how will you you will connect your iPhone to your MacBook device, and from that you will access device log using console. It provides a file called console. So what happens is in this console, you can search for the CVV parameter, and you can CVV parameter is visible here. So if logs are enabled in iPhone, then it leads to data breach like this. Okay. Fine. So like stays intercepting server communication. For that, you have the server communication. So what you need to do, you need to have the IP address of your MacBook or MAC address of your iPhone. You need to set IP address, and then intercept as shown. Here you need to set up the proxy port and all. So once that server is configured, you will get the enabled. Like you need to set up these proxies and port. Yeah. After that, you can see that after setting up, you are able to intercept the this communication. Whatever details are entered, you can intercept using the proxy, and you can get the details over here. The way we decompiled Android application, we can decompile iOS applications also. For that, we need to use Hopper. There is a tool called Hopper deassembler that you can use for and install it. After go to the IP file, when then we decompile the file into zip file, and from that unzipped file we take the binary. So the for analyzing, we need to open the binary file in the IDA hopper. See the ARM-based version we are using, and when you open this ARM in the hopper, you can see the that we get some C code. So that we analyze that C code, and sometimes there is a hard-coded information stored in that information being disclosed. Like here, some sensitive information that I have pointed out that was there, and like I was able to get that details like this. So even we can look for the insufficient or weak algorithms, like I mentioned, MD5 algorithm. So we can use OTool commands like OTool this, and we can look for MD5 based cryptography. So we can report this to users if they are using weak algorithms. And further, insecure authorization. Like what happens is, I have taken up a demo application over here. So in this demo application, there are like two users. One is the high privilege user, one is the lower. Give it backend, it sends request to a particular ID. So like here you can see there is some ID value. So if I change that ID value, manipulate that ID value, user is able to see details of another user. So this while transferring details also, this means while communication, the communication should be encrypted. Only using HTTPS will not encrypt. You need to have additional private keys and in place to encrypt your information, so that that cannot be manipulated. So here I manipulated the ID value, and after manipulating ID value, I am using details of another user. So you need to encrypt and use private keys, and so that it's difficult for decrypting and analyzing the data. Yeah, this is a small lab I have created on the iOS. Yeah, and since you have, please let me know. Forensic toolkit. different version of iOS, you have different techniques for jailbreak. Maybe the Helix jailbreak you're referring to iOS 10 version. So it is for the that tool that is used for iOS 10. If you go for current version, there are different ways to jailbreak. So it depends on the version of device, iPhone device that you're using. And the forensic toolkits, as such, forensics I have not tried much. But basically, if you do SSH and all, you can get into the internals and get the details. Like using FTP, you can get a proper GUI, FTP based tools, and you set the port to 22 and get to internal access and check the files, internal files. You have to do if some forensic analysis is to be done. Any other questions? Okay. So Bobsuit is a tool that is community version is also there, and there is even the paid version, professional version. So based on the requirement, you can use the Bobsuit tool for intercepting the requests and all. So like properly doing the vulnerability assessment, this kind of tools are being used by the ethical hackers as well as the penetration testers or the hackers. They use these tools. Bobsuit is like the best. Any other questions? Okay, thank you all. Okay, okay. Actually, there was a time limitation and constraint. Because of that, I have to cover these things in fast. If you want full day sessions, you can request to see that. We will provide the same. Based on the timing restrictions, yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, all of you.